Alright, welcome everyone. This is DragonInWhite, and we are back with another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Online. For those of you on YouTube, this is about probably a week after my play on Twitch and YouTube. The streams I do a stream, one on Twitch, one on YouTube, and yep, kind of maximizing, playing around with trying to figure out which platform which I want to go on to. So I'm basically running a stress test on my system, trying to uh, see which setup is more ideal and hopefully deal with the crash. So far it felt like if I had a very strong sustained load on my CPU, I have potential crash issues, and I think I have alleviated it by lowering the overclock, potentially even underclocking it, because I set it at a frequency that's even below my the advertised turbo clock speed, which is 4.7, and I have it at 4.6 at the moment. And then I'm running on GPU encoder for both the streams. Previously I had CPU encoder and that didn't seem to do well. Yeah. Okay, so here's the plan for today. Just as a warm-up, I am going to probably play through the Conjurer class for a bit. And then we'll do something with the Pugilist class. Conjurer. Okay, so we are in Limsa. Why am I in Limsa? I'm not really sure. Oh yes, because I was doing some culinary things. Yeah, I do need to visit the shops as well, but that's fine. Okay, so now let's go back to GRIDANIA. Because, the Conjurer class is focused there. Okay, so we are supposed to finish off the quest which we were on the last time. So we got to talk to, let's see, Brother Isumiyan. Okay, it should be this way, I think. It appears that, yep, okay. Welcome back, Dragon. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first step along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though all spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of this, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate its environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes, yours is a familiar look, the very picture of confusion. Do not be disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now, you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray, hearken to my instructions. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad life around you and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you with the same self-ease you draw upon those within. Okay, and that's the main level 1 quest. Even though I'm already level 13, so let's try to run through this. That will give us a better one and equipment. So part of the issues that I have is just part of equipment, because crappy stuff. I think I need ropes, and we'll go for that. Okay, learn about element of earth. It is good to see you again, dragon. But the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. And yet, the energy of creation is not one thing but many. And to call upon all without first knowing each is conjuring at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to the Blessed Bud in North Shroud, and there partake of Hearer's Nonalan's wisdoms. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique among conjurers, and he is a gifted instructor beside. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of earth. Okay. Oh, then there's also one more thing I forgot to mention. So in between episodes, okay, since the last time, I think I meant on the last stream I have picked up the expansion pack, pre-ordered expansion pack, so I have gotten the ring for that, and I think those who are on stream you have seen it, and those who are on YouTube, that's just in the previous episode. However, in between then as well, about 30 days have passed since I purchased the game, and I had to top up the thing. So you know, the best money for value plan is of course the 6 months plan. So I got that in one go, and hence I got some. This is not the guy. I want the letter. You get some veteran rewards for, you know, being subscribed. So I got 180 days subscription. That gave me some rewards, and I need to find a place to claim the items. The skewed. It's not here, it is it? No. Letters, where do I pick my letters up? Mughal? I remember it's a Mughal. Where is that done Mughal? Not here. Okay, doesn't matter. I think if I'm not wrong, there is a Mughal in the inn, yeah? So if I go to the inn, that should help me with it. And here's Fluffy's favorite shortcut, which I use quite a lot now. Let's tie it to an inn room. Well, things look like they're stable. So far so good. Okay, let's see. Toy chest. Bell, frustration. I was wrong. No letters here. No, I am wrong. Letters, come on. Point me to the letter, perhaps. Okay, let's try this. If I'm not seeing it here, then there is a chance whereby it's somewhere else. Yep, I see it. Lucked out with this one. Delivery Mughal. This is the one that I want to see. Look what we have here. 2 new letters arrived for you. Well, so this is the one that I got for... I get the minion and the earring for the expansion. This is a 4-piece Advent attire. Take all. What is this? Penniless vest. Okay, so these are, if I am not wrong, glamour equipments. No. That's not it. Wait. Okay, first I need to test out something. If I do a glamour. Okay, wait, place in armory chest. If I do a glamour, does that get rid of equipment? Wait, let me see. Okay, guide. Glamour. GRAMOUR. Okay. Let's see. Alter. Cast glamour form. Start commands. Require catalyst. Okay. Okay, wait, so glamour plates. Can I just equip it directly like this? Doesn't work that way. Okay, so I gotta go to inn, right? Okay, so a quick pit stop to the inn before we actually continue the quest then. Because I kind of do like the look and I would want to go for that. So let us just, glamour ourselves up a bit. Hmm. How do I do this? Might have to explore this a bit further. Okay, let's test this class glamour. And let's try the Tantalus Vest. Cuss. Oh, okay. Tantalus Vest still has this, okay. good, 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 good. Okay, so basically I can cast Glamour on the Strife Vest. There we go. And with that, hopefully I didn't lose it, but I'm a bit nervous actually. Yeah, I still have it. Strife Vest. There we go. I look much better now. Okay, so that will be something to consider. I'll need to buy more of the prism then. Okay, let's do a main quest. Speak to Lonelel. I'll buy North Shroud. North Shroud. I'm definitely a bit over leveled for the quest. Just based on the fact that I grinded a little, just to get a bit of a feel of the class, and I had nothing much better to do. I'll be doing in the next episode. I'm gonna work on doing some learning of sorts. So definitely one thing I observed of the Conjurer is it's taking much longer than my other classes to kill things. I'm not sure whether is it because of equipment, but I suspect it is. Okay. Nolanel. You seek hero Nolanel? Then seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? Brother, if Sumiyan bid you to come to me to learn of the element of earth, that is well. The power of earth is the solid foundation upon a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I'd rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer would not afford the time required for such an extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of earth firsthand in combat. Now mark me well, dragon, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Three Speak Stable, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the earth trauma and attempt to commune with it as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feeds unseen upon the energy seeping from the wounded earth shall then appear. Using the powers of conjuring, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of earth will be revealed to you during the struggle. Dragon, I trust you will return to me a wiser man than he who now departs. So, with regards to my OBS setting, right now I'm getting messages saying that my encoder is overloaded, and that's probably resulting in some of the pauses in stream. So I think I'm going to have to retry the CPU encode again, but maybe, turn the settings really low, because I'm not really getting that much a headroom for encoding either on my CPU. I really need a stronger CPU for this. Then again, I suppose FF14 is quite an CPU bound game, so no big surprises there, I suppose. There we go, corrupted soy. Down. Wait, do I need to investigate it? Nope, done. So report back. So next, one more quest settled. Should be able to clear the level 10 quest before we are done with this episode, hopefully. Hopefully, that is, you know, keyword being hopefully. Welcome back, Dragon. The elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront the embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the lens wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the Earth energy to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal thanks to your actions. The field will once again bear bountiful crops. I just realized I forgot to turn on some light, so I just did. When you next have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplish. Experience once more the grinding weight of the Earth Fury and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylphie. See this adventurer here? Dragon came all the way from Steelgate Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from his example if you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name. You must take an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift for healing, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to Earth. As yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know of few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child. And when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You know, in contrast, you have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Izumi and tell him as such. Okay, and return, teleport. Then Aetherite. Internet. Conjurer skilled. Ah, Dragon, you have returned. But tell me, how did you fare under Nolanel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight, its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will now serve you well. And have you naught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie casting healing magic upon you? How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nonel's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylphie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gift appeared to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried on numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their powers pose a risk to themselves and others, but all to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in ever more reckless display of power, there is every possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. Ah, a thought occurs to me, Dragon. It may be that your encounter with Sylphie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhap she might listen to you. But we have discussed our wayward friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Dragon. Though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace, considering all that you have learned. I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Okay, cool, good. Get armor first. And then proceed on to the next quest. Oh, I should have gotten the hat instead. I'll consider the glove. Where was he? Okay, let's see. Accept. Learn about wind. Greetings, Dragon. Each time we meet, the path of Conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Combe in East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hera Wufu. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wufu, I can't pronounce that, Wufu is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mystery of wind. Okay, so for those of you on Twitch or YouTube live, feel free to chat in the chat group, and you know I will reply and chat with you guys. You know, we can have fun together, spending some time with each other, I suppose. Else it's just gonna be you watching me play, which is not as much fun, right? Which shroud was this again? East Shroud? East Shroud. So right now the plan is sort of to rush through the quests, because I've been grinding off cam. SHROUD. East would be that way, okay. So there's a couple of things I intend to do on this stream. So the first thing I want to do is to go through a couple of the tutorials, and then the second thing I want to do is to continue on with the main quest so that I can get the right amounts. Yay, new location. Now where be my quest? This one here? Loud motorbike sounds. Not sure if you guys can hear it. Okay, you must be Dragon. Brother Isumiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the pattern of gusts and gales. Now how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of Hearer, and well, you are my first student. Yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. Go to the east of Sweet Boom Clear. There is a small spring giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Perhaps you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study? I sympathize, Dragon, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. By understanding, do you mean using wind to kill them? Ooh, northern vultures. Those are good for killing. And I shall kill some. You know, get the what you might call it, the hunting lock done. And I realized I forgot to equip some equipment, so that's a bit of a problem. No wonder my attacks were so weak. Equip. And just to be sure, recommended, and then yep. Okay, let's see if I can kill any faster. Is that critical? That's critical, right? It does feel a little faster. Less draggy at least. Yeah, feels better. Let's grab the vultures while I remember them. Not sure whether is it a placebo. But I do feel that I am killing faster. I'm not sure if I'm actually doing that. mean, it would make sense that I actually am. Right, that should be hunting log. Yep, hunting log done. Then the destination. Hostile presence. They are done. I still don't quite get the lesson per se. How was that supposed to help me with win? Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Welkin's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping helpless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespoke corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. Seriously? Could have just told me from the start, couldn't you? Then I didn't have to go there twice. Vouchers are there. Probably just go around. I mean, it's normally not like me to avoid danger, but I just want to get the quest done and over with, then I can get on to my main task of the day. One more. Should not have bothered with killing them earlier. You know what? Damage me for all I care. I am curious about this spell. Not that much better. Corrupted air. Wow, how did I not see that earlier? Yep, level thing. Level 14, good. I'm still within the level. Purify the corrupted air. That maybe I should be attacking the others instead. Oh wait, there's this Sister Ruku is there. Yeah, take care of the medians. I think they will help. Oh, she's gonna work on healing me? true. So I just need to focus on the main guy then. Duty complete. Done. Well done. The wind no longer kins its frustration. Let us return to Full Flower. Am I gonna get saved from walking? So I don't have to walk, please? Nope. Got to walk. Okay, I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. But it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Dragon, what do you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You have doubtless have noticed that the wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one form, dancing across every surface and leaving thousands of tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with the wind's capacity for patient destruction. The land is no stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here today. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet, the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the 12th wood, I suspect some other force at work here. I bid you wary, Dragon. But enough of this ominous rumbling. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Steelglade Fane and inform Brother Izumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. That is good. Okay, now before I go back, I do want to get to the town and attune myself with the Aetheryte crystal there. No, my sprint has gone. Oh well. Is that a Ratian? Ooh, that's a Ratian. Wow. I want a Ratian. For those who don't know, that's for Monster Hunter. Okay, attuned. And now that I'm attuned, I should speak to the Chocobo Kip. Now that it's done, return to New GRIDANIA. Okay, I think after this episode ends, I'm going to change out my OBS settings again because this is not working out very well for me. It is overloading again. I'll probably just change to CPU and set it at an even faster encoding. Welcome back, Dragon. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of Conjurer, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient as you seek to embrace nature more fully, so that nature will hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those theory lessons tell you. Conjurer is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That theory lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence that if you have once again abandoned your tutors, you must understand. If you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge, I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn Conjurer the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer, just you see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Izumi. I wanted to tell you that I discovered how to cast Wraith. What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do. No wait, you know not what you do. What you wreath. You're meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It is not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. But that, Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Dragon. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spell outside the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal, without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjurer. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast Wraith. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same feelings have not hindered you, whether it be with my help or in spite of it. I believe you'll become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Okay. I think glove might be a good thing. Oh, Spirit Bond, extract material. Always extract material. So an easy way to see material from what I realized is if this turns into a white dot, material is ready. Let's see, Savage Aim, Might, Heaven's Eye. Okay. Now recommended gear, good. Update. And this is it for today's episode. I think from here I'm going to move on to doing some of the lessons. Maybe clear out some of my inventory in between. So for those of you on YouTube, okay, this is the end of the episode, but you know, for those of you on Twitch and stream, do hang on. So you know, for those on YouTube, if you like the video, consider click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. And you know, there's all the links down in the description below. Do check those out. They do help with my income. And also, you know, check out the novel I translate. It's free to read. And with that, I'll bid you guys adios. Ciao.